Hey, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ivy, and today I'm going to be doing some book recommendations. Halloween is in a few days, and that is so crazy, but I thought it would be a fun time to give you some spooky book recommendations. Our first book is Serafina and the Black Cloak by Robert Beatty. This is a middle grade novel, and it takes place in 1899 at the Biltmore Estate in Asheville, North Carolina. The main character is 11-year-old Serafina, and she is living in the basement of the Biltmore Estate with her father in secret. Serafina is quite different from the other kids her age, and she has to sneak around all the time because no one knows that she's living in the basement. She likes to roam around at night, and on one such night, she discovers something crazy. Serafina witnesses a man in a black cloak make a girl disappear. Several more children go missing, and Serafina is the only one who has any idea about what's going on, so she has to try to figure out what to do and how to stop this from happening. The Biltmore Estate is a very, very spooky setting, and it is so much fun. There is so much suspense, and there are also supernatural things going on, obviously, because there's like a creepy evil guy with a black cloak that makes children disappear. This book is a lot of fun, and it is honestly so perfect for this time of year. Next book is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. This, if you do not know, follows a girl named Clare as she discovers the world of shadow hunters in New York City. Shadow hunters are people who kill demons. If that doesn't sound spooky enough for you, I don't know what will. Also, Clare kind of falls into this world after the disappearance of her mother, so there is mystery and spookiness, and yes. Next is a book that doesn't really need an explanation, but I'm going to anyways, and that is The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. This is another middle grade, and it follows a boy named Nobody, or Bod as his friends call him, and he lives in a graveyard and is being raised by ghosts. He is living this life because his family was murdered by a man named Jack, and he can't leave the graveyard because if he does, Jack will come for him and kill him. I read this a while ago, but obviously it's a good Halloween read. It's called The Graveyard Book. There's a weird thing on the cover. It has an award. Also, it has fun illustrations. Next, we have Beautiful Creatures by Garcia and Margaret Stohl. Beautiful Creatures is like a gothic romance type book. This follows a boy named Ethan who is living in a southern town called Gatlin where nothing really happens and he feels really trapped and he wants to get out. But then, a girl named Lena shows up and some weird stuff starts happening and Ethan finds himself oddly attracted to her, and some stuff begins to go down. This is all about the struggle between dark and light, like within one person and in general, and there's some witchy magic type stuff, and there's flashbacks to the Civil War, there's a bunch of secrets, and it's just so cool. Like I said before, there's a really cool magic system. It's very unique and interesting to read about. So if you are in the mood for some good old magic, this is the book for you. Next up, we have the Nancy Drew series by Carolyn Keene. This obviously is a classic mystery series. It follows Nancy Drew as she solves mysteries. Each book is a different mystery, and they are so freaking short, so you can read this in one sitting, and they are so much fun. Gosh darn it! Next up, we have Theodosia and the Serpents of Chaos by R.L. LaFevers. This is yet another middle grade, and it follows Theodosia as she spends most of her time in her parents' museum. That sounds pretty cool, but actually it's not so fun because Theodosia has to keep all of this dark magic and all these curses in check because her parents keep bringing back these crazy artifacts from Egypt and they have no idea what they're doing and she just has to fix everything. And she's doing pretty okay at this job until her mom brings home the heart of Egypt and things get a little out of hand. There's a lot of Egyptian mythology in here which makes it so much fun. It is so spooky. The museum setting is absolutely perfect. There's a black cat that follows her around. There's dark magic. It's everything you could ever want in a Halloween read. Up next, I have Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. You can obviously read any of the Harry Potter books. I'm recommending this for Halloween because you have witches and wizards, you have a castle, you have the Forbidden Forest, you have trolls, you have ghosts, you have dark magic, you have just magic in general, you have boggarts. It's everything. Next, we have a mystery, and that is Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen M. McManus. Follows Ellery, and she has to move to Echo Ridge, a small town, because I forget why, but she needs to live with her grandmother. Right when Ellery gets to Echo Ridge, a high school girl goes missing right before homecoming. The people of Echo Ridge are kind of concerned because 5 years ago, the homecoming queen was murdered. Ellery finds herself wrapped up in this mystery and trying to solve it, and there are lots of secrets, because duh. Our next book is one that I talk about a lot on my channel, but like, I'm not sorry about it. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. There we go. This follows Jacob, and his grandfather is killed. Why is there so much death in this video? After Jacob witnesses his grandfather's murder, he goes on a journey and he discovers the world of peculiars. So the peculiar children are being watched over by Miss Peregrine. And basically the peculiar children have some pretty crazy and weird powers. There is time travel involved, there is mystery and creepy monsters and romance. And yes, what makes this book so cool is that it's based off of old photographs, and they're so creepy. So you have your pictures, you have this dog with a head, and this little girl, and those are just a few of the pictures. There's another one. Last but not least, we have Rayne and Delilah's Midnight Matinee by Jeff Zentner. Wow, I'm so proud of myself for saying that right. This is about two high school seniors, they're best friends, and their names are Josie and Delia. They have a public access show where on every Friday night they show low-budget old horror and sci-fi films, and they do goofy skits and segments, and it's just the best thing ever. That's basically all that it has to do with Halloween. It's really a story about the two girls figuring out what their future's gonna be like after senior year, what their friendship's gonna be like. This actually hit me so hard. It was really filled with humor, but by the end, I was emotionally exhausted. Okay, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have an amazing Halloween, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye!